Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reclaimed Ranch. My name is Tara and I'm so excited for today's video because Connie from The Painted Photographer has created her new spring release on the Connie lines and designs. And so today we're going to be showing you those new papers, and they are available on my website at this point. So if you're interested, you can go to thereclaimedranch.com and purchase those. And I'm going to show you some fun projects that I did with him as well. So the first one, and I love how she does a play on words with her designs. It's just so cute. So look at this guy. This one's called Totally Cool. He's so cute. And I love the little daisy flower. I think it's really, really cute. So she did that. And then she also has her multiples as well. So I'll show you the multiple. So you get a little bit bigger one and then two smaller ones. And then the next one is called, we were all asking, she kind of asked us, what should I do? What should I paint? And we were asking. And so we all kind of decided we need some bees. And so she did not disappoint. This is called Busy Bees. Look at her detail. She's such an amazing artist. I just love her. And it's got some honeycomb in there. And again, you can always, cut the bees out and put them on different projects if you want, or I did use the entire paper for my project, so I can show you that later. And then of course she's got her multiple with that, which makes it nice to do several different projects. And then this one is so cute. It's called I Will Always Love You. Super sweet little owl with some flowers. And then here is the multiple of that. And I just love it. And she uses all of the paints that she uses is from the DIY Debbie's Design Diary collection. And then I had asked if she could do some lilacs this year. And she came through with this beauty. Look at this. It is gorgeous. All those purples and lavenders. So pretty. You can just frame this. I mean, this is just really, really pretty, which I'm actually going to do that for the store. I'm going to find a really pretty frame and just frame it. And then, of course, we have our multiples. And then she was telling a story. Her husband, Wilson, hunts, and she was asking what he thought of this. She made a spring buck and a spring doe. And she showed him and he's like, why are they blue? It's because she's creative. But she used the new color called Walk on Water and beadboard in the DIY line, and that's all. So she just kind of mixed the colors together and it had these lighter blues and teals. It's so cool. I love it. And then, of course, we have his doe. Or actually, let me just show you the multiple real quick. That's just super cool. And his doe is so cute. Look at her. Look at these gorgeous little flowers around her neck and her head. I think it's super cute. And they're so pretty together. Those colors are they just scream spring. I love it. Even though we're in the middle of winter and it's freezing cold out there, this just gives us some hope that there will be spring again someday. And I love that. And then this is my favorite. She finally did some Highland cows. I am so excited. And this guy, oh my gosh, his name is Gilbert. And it fits him perfectly. Look at him. I love it. So I did do a project with Gilbert and his woman. Her name is Franny. I just love her play on names. And then, of course, we have his multiple. And then Miss Franny. She's so sweet. You put flowers on a Highland and you just cannot resist. Seriously. How adorable is that? Gilbert and Franny. And there is her multiple. And then she gave us a kind of a bonus this go around. She doesn't have like a full page because it's mainly for Valentine's Day, but this is called Mini Bright Cuties. And these are adorable. And I did take her class. She taught a class online on how to make these hearts here. So fun. And look at these little dragonfly and bee ones. They're so cute. And I did do a project with this as well. So let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite one? Definitely, I love the Highland cows. But yeah, the lavender one is so pretty. So I'm curious to know what your favorite is. And again, I said earlier, they are available on my website at this point if you want to go ahead and order those. And let's get into some of the projects. All right, project number 1. I found this really cool sign that says Grace on it. It's like a tile, so it's really glossy. And all I did was kind of clean up the wood. I painted the back black. It did have some water stains on it. And then I'm going to go in with my Garden Marvels from Redesign, which is available on my website. It has some really cute birds and branches, and I thought I could just add some fun to the left side of the sign there and put a couple of birds on it and a few little leaves to kind of signal the first signs of spring. So if you've never used a transfer before, you take the backing off, you place it where you want it, and then you use the little tool that they give you in the packet to kind of rub it onto your surface. And I always put a finger underneath that vellum and kind of rub as I go and then lift up, and it makes it really simple. And so thing about transfers is they are allowing you to cut up pieces here and there, make your own designs, or you can use them as a whole if you want. Some of them are meant to be like as a whole together. They have like quadrants that you would place on bigger pieces of furniture, but I love these little ones because you can just kind of design your own little picture there. And I'm going to place another little bird on that branch so that the other one has a friend. And then I'm going to just use a couple of the leaves to pop out as if it was budding for spring. And because the tile is so glossy, I am going to go in with a spray sealer instead of like a big top or my Fusion Tough Coat, because I don't want the brush strokes to be visible. So I am going to use a Rust-Oleum 2x matte spray sealer and take some of that gloss down a little bit, but it'll just give it a nice clean finish. Okay, so the second project, I found 2 oval frames. They have the glass in them and they are plastic, but I do like the color of the gold. So I'm not going to switch the color out, but I am going to add my Fusion Antiquing wax, furniture wax to that in the color Espresso, and that will just give it some more age. So I'm removing the middle part and the bird, and then I'm taking the backing and I'm going to go in with my Fusion Cashmere. And I'm going to just paint a couple coats on there because I'm going to be decoupaging onto this. So once I get my coats on there and they have dried, I found at this kind of like really old thrift store this book. It came for 99 cents. It's like an old magazine that has ads in it and it has music in it. Look at this Coca-Cola ad. It's so cool for 5 cents. So I'm going to have to use that in a project. I just wanted to kind of get some wording background, but I loved the color of these pages. So just going to take my oval, trace it out, and that's just going to be my backdrop. And once I get that cut out, I'm going to go ahead and decoupage them to my cardboard pieces, and then we're going to have some fun with Gilbert and Franny, my two favorite Highland cows. And so I'm going to use my Fusion Decoupage Transfer Gel, my favorite, and it is available on my website as well. Just put a nice even coat on the entire thing, and then I'm going to place my paper backing on there, and then I'm going to go over the top of it as well with a light coat of the Decoupage Transfer Gel to seal it down in, and let those dry really well. And sometimes when you get bubbles with these thicker papers, once it dries, they will eventually lay down flat. So you don't have to worry about that too much. And then I'm going to go in and take my Highland cow. I'm going to use the multiple page just because I want a smaller part to go to the top on the cow, and then I'm going to have like a name tag underneath. So I needed room to do that. Once those decoupage papers are, it's actually not, it's a book paper or magazine paper. Once those are dry, you can take a sanding block and remove the excess. Then I'm going to go in with the water technique on the rice paper so I can just tear out the cow or the part that I want. And so, and I love the organic look of the ripped edges instead of something clean cut. But you can also cut out, you know, a busy cut, but detailed cut if you like that look better. So I'm going to take her and then I'm going to place her towards the top, but I make sure to grab my frame and use it as like the template so I know exactly where to put her, because the insides were smaller than the backing, and so I need to kind of gauge exactly where she's going to go. And I need her to be white on the back or lighter, so I'm just going to take my raw silk, do one coat of paint on the back of her, and then I'll dry it and then decoupage her on. But again, I take my frame to make sure that I know exactly where she's going to go. And once she's set, I'm just going to hold her in place with one hand and then decoupage her with the other. So now I'm going to use Iode's Apothecary labels, and we're going to create her little name tag. And I used the longest one because even though the letters are small, they have kind of longer names. So I wanted to make sure to be able to fit the name inside of the tag. So again, I'm just going to ink it up, hold it with one hand, and then trace it around with the other to make sure it stays steady. And then I'm going to go ahead and spell her name out. And she's got two N's in there, so I had to just kind of take one for a spacer. And then once they were set, I took the spacer out. I used my clear thin mount to pick them up, turn them over, ink them, and then place them back down. And then once that was done, then I can go back in and put the other N in there. And then when I finished putting the name in there, it was a little light compared to the background. So I just took a paint pen from Walmart, or a paint marker, and lightly traced over the name tag and the name, and that was just perfect. So the next project, we're gonna make some Valentine shelf sitters, and I had some extra 2x6 wood down in the basement, so I just cut them down to the size of the decoupage pieces, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with DIY's pink petticoat for a couple of these, and then a couple of them have some coral in it, so I'm going to use Fusion's Coral for those colors, and we're just going to paint the backs and the sides, and then I'm going to leave one side open, and we're going to use a lighter color for the backdrop of the decoupage. So go ahead and just paint these sides and the back, let it dry, and then we can continue to paint the front sides with raw silk from Fusion.
Headlights on the highway, if you only knew. Being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of me? With the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago. This town's so quiet, this time of year. With the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever
So the final project for today is I found this little sign, wooden sign. Somebody had made it into a chalkboard at the Goodwill bins. And so I cleaned it up really well, and I'm going to go in with my Fusion's raw silk. I'm going to put 2 coats of that on to give it my white base or lighter base that I need to do some decoupage. And for this project, we're going to be using the Busy Bees. And this is one of my favorite projects for today. I just love the way the black contrasts with the decoupage paper, and I used some roses from the IOD's transfer called Rose Botanical and put them in with the bees, and I think it just turned out super, super cute. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll let you relax, listen to some music while we put this decoupage paper on and continue with the project. Okay, I hope you liked all of those projects. Let me know which one was your favorite. It's kind of hard to choose for me, but I do love the bee sign. It's just, it really is striking with that black frame and having a little bit more of the delicate touch with the roses. And so I love adding the flowers with the bees as well. And so, yeah, let me know what you think, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And for next week's video, I am going to be doing some thrifting, and we're going to take those items, we're going to upcycle, and then I'll show you how to style them in your home. So we'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye.